get crushed if you don't beat Florida State this weekend.
That's not how it works. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think that's true. As it stands today, if everybody else stayed like it is, and maybe, but it's not. I don't look at this as a fatalistic, situation. I think it's a great opportunity. Last week was a great opportunity too, though, and I've been fortunate to have a lot of success for a long time, and I believe wholeheartedly in the method of, be here now, take care of now, control what you can control, and everything else takes care of itself. And so, I don't put more, there's no more at stake this week than there was last week.
Is that what makes you guys special, though?
I don't know if that's special. I do understand that if you win this week, then you secured the division title. But what good does that do if, also you go up to Syracuse and you get waxed by them? So, there's a process in how you have consistent success, and I just believe in structure and consistency and respect to the game. I think that we slopped around at times last week defensively, because I don't think that all of our guys respected the game, and some of the success that NC State had was because of them. You got to give them credit sometimes too, but some of the lack of precision was because I don't think that we necessarily respected the game and the process and how you play at a high level. But so I'm been here, done that many times, and I say that very humbly, that I feel just like I did last week. It's like, okay, here's this team, this is what they do, how do you defend it? And then you put a plan together, and we do as a staff, and just go to work. And when you get out of that realm, I firmly believe that you're setting yourself up for failure, for sure failure. But I don't look at that fatalistic attitude. Oh my God, if you don't win, this is everything's done. You have no chance or whatever. I don't ever look at that. And I think if you do, I think it. I don't know. I think it builds up too much anxiety for everybody. I don't know. It's a great stage, and that's why I came to Clemson. I believe that Clemson will be in this kind of position for a long time, and I want to be a part of it. And but you're going to get everybody's best shot when you're at a place like Clemson, and just like if we would have lost to Notre Dame, oh my gosh, But now they're talking Notre Dame lost, and Notre Dame's still quote unquote in it, whatever in it means. And so. Alabama, they lost to Ole Miss, got kicked all over the field against Ole Miss, and everybody's like, they're done. It's just, and that's exciting. That builds up all the drama. I get that, and but I don't really live in that. My son, I got one son, a young son. He's like, oh my God, they got us ranked 4th. What are we gonna do? Pump the brakes, Hot Rod. We got this. Just gotta win. And if we don't win, then you don't deserve it. That's how I look at it. That doesn't mean all of a sudden you're not worth you're not worth anything as a team, or a coach or a player. It's just the way it is sometimes. So.
Coach, turning you guys to FSU, last year you guys did a really good job with those guys. Do you see anything different this year as far as personnel and the way they're going to
Well, I mean, they've obviously they've lost some guys, but they've recruited very well. So their schemes are similar in some ways, and they've tweaked a few things. Dalvin Cook is as good as there is at any position in the country. A dynamic football player, can do it all, can score every time he touches the ball. They're creative in varying ways in which they get him the ball, both running and the throwing game. Just both quarterbacks. The quarterback McGuire's. There's 2 starts, and he's passed for 10,000 yards in 2 starts. He's done very well. Did well against us last year, and did well last week. Looks very comfortable. And then Golson's, dynamic in his own ways. Is both a runner and a thrower, and has had, ultra success on the big stage as well. But they got big, long, fast receivers, big athletic offensive line, and so they present all kinds of challenges.
Anytime there's a close game, it comes down to a couple of plays. You ever been part of a loss that was so vivid in those 3 or 4 plays that so drastically swayed momentum?
Well, I mean, that was a tough one. We had our chances, and we just weren't good enough, and didn't get the stops when we needed. Gave up an explosive play for a touchdown, and they got us on our heels in the second half a little bit. And heck of a game, though. Heck of a game, heck of an environment, and we just weren't quite good enough that day. Made too many mistakes. They made the plays when they had to. We couldn't get a stop when we needed to, and it goes to overtime. So, but I love, you look back on that game. I guess we had lost 2. What is that? 1 and 2 on the year at that time. And then we lost again, right?
Once Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech, right. And then, of course, we've won whatever we've won, 17 of 18 or whatever it's been, or something like that. So we didn't let it crush us, either. So handling, adversity and failure along the way, I think is pivotal. And I think that's a great lesson. When people count you out, that's part you play and coach long enough, you're going to have some of those kind of games. So
the Green touchdown, and just a matter of McKenzie losing his footing.
It's a matter of trying to help him, need to help him on 2nd and 20, dumb call. So good player making a really good play, and McKenzie, whatever his issues were, really have nothing to do with it, other than being in a tough call.
How's the team as far as health-wise going into the game, defensive guys?
I think everybody's just trying to think through. Everybody's good.
Jabril Robinson.
Oh, I don't know. He's about 6 guy anyway, so I don't think he's back yet.
Coach Sweeney says Dalvin Cook's the best running back in America. He's averaging over 8 yards a carry. What makes him so special? What challenges does he present for your team?
He's fast, good balance, strong, got good instincts, plays with, runs with power, good pace to him, very competitive, brings a lot to their team as far as leadership and confidence as well. But he's a home run back for sure. But I think it's averaging 8 yards a carry. And he blocks, he protects. I mean, he does it well. He'll knock somebody on the ground in protection, and then he'll turn around and catch the football on a check down and run it for 40, And that's very typical on any particular drive. You can find those kinds of plays. So he can do it all.
Coach Sweeney mentioned earlier today that no matter who the quarterback is, FSU's offense runs the same. But are there any little things about the 2 guys that concern you?
Well, I mean, they move the pocket with both guys. McGuire's a good athlete. It all concerns you just, from a scheme and structural standpoint. You've got good players, around them. But, Golson is a little bit more athletic, and but they'll run the option with both. Run the boot plays and the sprint outs and all that with both too. So it really is the same.